What's going on, everybody? Serrano 786 here for an Outriders Trickster build. This is the most survivable without sacrificing DPS so much. So we're going to be talking about the mods that I'm using, the skills that I'm running with it, while this boss fight's going on in the background. Please, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe, follow button. I would appreciate it. Let's jump right into it. So as you can see here, let's start with the temporal blade. This revolves around temporal blade and twisted rounds. I also have the sphere as well. That's mainly for like CC or if I'm in trouble, but let's talk about the temporal blade. So temporal blade basically is a nice ability for CC. It's also good for killing lower level mobs. That's why I increased the blade damage while also having an extra activation. So if I'm getting swarmed by a bunch of mobs, I could just pop it once, kill a bunch of them, get a bunch of shields. That's the build revolves a lot around that, building shields and just kind of sustaining yourself and high survivability, but also doing decent DPS. With the twisted rounds, I opted for in my mods the extra magazine, piercing resistance. That's more for survivability, so I'm getting shot at, I'm not taking nearly as much damage, and then the firepower. If you're running a crit build, you can go for the crit. I just prefer firepower, whereas it's just a flat damage increase as opposed to a crit chance on top of the crit damage. So I just prefer to have the flat damage. The nice thing with this build is really you can use almost any weapon with this. I prefer a light machine gun, mainly because it has an insane clip. So with twisted rounds, it's a ton of damage. But this build is just really built for survivability while also keeping yourself alive. If things start to get a little hairy, you can pop your shield, which is your little slow weakness shield, and then you can also pop your temporal blade when some melee people try to come up on you. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. I'm going to be doing some more in-game stuff. I'm only about level 22, 23 at this point. So as I get to in-game, I'll be testing it out further. I'm using the middle tree, which I'll post a picture of at the end of the video. But pretty much anything that's going to help me stop losing my shield from degradation. That's what I've pretty much been speccing on. I also did the, movement in mitigation or something. Mitigate in motion, I think, is the ability. But basically, after you use like twisted rounds or temporal blade, I think it's, either one of those two, you get damage mitigation for 10% for 10 seconds. So on twisted rounds, after that falls off, or if you're using temporal blade, you get a bunch of shield. Not only are you getting the damage mitigation from your shield just on its own, but you're also getting an additional 10% after you use your temporal blade. But again, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I will see y'all later on when I do some in-game content stuff. Just enjoy the rest of this fight. And I did get a legendary from this right before the server crashed today. I will see y'all later. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, loot swords. What do we got here? Boots. Yeah. Nice. we're gonna clip that real quick. Just gonna call it Big Baddie Boss. What boss was that? Does it say on here? Chrysaloid boss. Chrysaloid boss. All right. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we go there. Let's check out the loots. Oh, we got an accolade. So I've got some gator boots. I'll just change out whatever's on there. Yep. Oh. Yep, we're just gonna get rid of all that. Got my first legendary. Shot links up to 4 enemies sharing 4 with a dealt and 20%. Damn. Holy moly. That is spicy. That is really spicy. Damn. Yeah, that looks dope AF. That's pretty dope. Yeah, that's dope.